Alrighty, guys.
Oh. Pop me.
Alright, energy up, energy up. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. It's a vocal exercise.
Yes.
Where have you seen red and yellow leather? Besides in cars, I guess.
Protec inlays.
Valid.
Alright.
It feels weird being back in the seat.
Yeah, welcome back.
While. Where you been?
Who's sat in that seat since ever it's been gone? Michael, J. Kent. Michael Patricia Kent.
Yeah.
Got it.
And me and you, we took up the whole space.
And we showed you guys a fake Microtech, which was always fun. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rec Report. I would say the number, but honestly, I didn't prepare very well for this one.
17.
Is it 17?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Episode 17 of the Rec Report. As you can see, we got the OG crew back. Everett's back after a long...
It's been like 4 episodes.
Yeah, it was a hiatus where all he was doing was taking pictures and doing Cerakote. So, we're back, baby. Hey, what's up? So guys, it's now December. Time to start thinking about buying gifts for the people that you love. Yeah, this is coming on Friday.
What day is Friday in December?
I think like the 2nd or 3rd. Maybe even later, maybe the 3rd, maybe the 4th or 5th. All right, guys, so we are in December. This year has absolutely flown by, but we are in December. It's time to start thinking about getting Christmas gifts for those people around you. And as a knife guy, I'm always thinking, what knife can I get this person? You know? So let's get into it. What is a safe bet for getting for a knife that you can get someone as a gift? Either someone who's not into knives or someone who's into knives. Maybe you got 2 different answers for that. But either to get someone into it or, you know, someone who's already steadily in the knife hobby. What knife would you get them for Christmas?
I guess that is the biggest question, whether they are into knives or not.
Yep.
And if they're not, but you really want to get them a solid knife, I always shoot for the Griptilian. Super basic, plain, and just gets the job done.
You like your people more than me.
Yeah, seriously. That's a nice gift, man.
It just depends.
Yeah, you know, it depends on how much how good of friends you are, you know, exactly. All right. So another thing that I like about the Griptilian is that it's a safe locking mechanism. You know, like when you're closing the knife, even though those knives are smooth and you can kind of flick it closed, no matter how you're closing it, your hand should be out of the way of the blade.
Yep.
So liner locks, frame locks, we take them for granted because, you know, we do them 1,000 times a day. But, you know, for someone getting into it, you might not want to have them have their fingers in the way of the blade.
Yeah.
What about you, Everett?
I always go for the leak.
Yeah.
Only because that's kind of where I started. And it's super thin and easy to pocket, which is a lot of people's complaint why they don't carry a knife. It's just too much stuff in their pockets. So give them something thin to start out with.
And I think when we first get into things, we're kind of looking at dimensions like they're really, really important. You know, like, oh, we're looking at weight, we're looking at thickness, we're looking at blade length. You know, I would never carry a knife over 3 inches. Oh, I don't need that. I would never carry a knife that's more than 9 millimeters thick. You know, that, and the other. So the leak is a really good place to start. I know we both started with a leak way back in the day, so it's kind of nice to get people into it with the same path.
Yep.
Maybe they won't go as deep as us, Mr. Rockstead, but they probably won't go that deep, but it's a good place to start.
How about you?
For me, I think in the past, mini grip was a really good place to start. I've purchased a couple of those as gifts. I gave my brother-in-law, or my soon-to-be brother-in-law, a Benchmade 940-2, the G10 version.
Nice.
I gave him that as a gift, and that's, you know, that's just like a step up, I think, from a mini grip, quality-wise, performance-wise. But it still has that axis lock. It's still slim. It's light. It's easy to carry. I don't feel like you'll break it. And they're going to reverse taunt as a nice strong blade shape. So I think that was a solid gift. But now, what's
for
up?
gifts, I normally lean more toward multi-tools.
Well,
That's not a bad way to go about
like
it.
My dad, my brother-in-law, I've gotten them Leatherman in the past, and
Yeah.
it's tools that they've kept and they can always use.
And it kind of tricks them into carrying a knife.
Right.
Because if you have a multi-tool with a knife on it, you might not feel like you're carrying a knife, but then every time that you need a knife throughout the day, you're like, oh, I actually do have one of those on me. That's actually a really good idea.
But then there's that other part of the question where it's like, what if they are a knife guy?
Sure.
Then what do you get them? Yeah, then you can shoot for the flashlights.
Gift cards.
The i3Ts.
Yeah, the flashlights are smart.
Gift cards or flashlights, because there's so many different Olights.
Yeah,
like
that's
the
true.
same flashlight, different colors. Kind of cool to collect them.
I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I think a little maintenance kit would be really cool to set up.
Those have been getting kind of expensive lately.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about like a driver or anything like that. Although you could include a driver in there. I'm talking about like a 1 ounce EDCI and a Gunny Glide and the KPL swabs and this, that, and the other for someone who, even if they have a lube or if they have EDCI, like it's nice to get that kind of stuff all together, restock. So I think that's a solid way to go about it. We should probably put that together on the site, like a little stocking stuffer kit with all that stuff in there.
That would be pretty
I
cool.
agree.
All right, cool. Guys, down below, let us know what knives you are planning to give as gifts, and I hope none of your friends or family watches this video and goes down to the comments and ruins Christmas.
Ever keep playing footsies with me?
I'm trying.
Hell yeah.
I've missed you.
So, in the knife community, there's obviously a whole bunch of steels that get talked about all the time. There's kind of a group of steels that people generally don't dog on. The M390, the 204P, 20CV. No one dogs on Magna Cut because it's like, no one really
Anyone
dogs.
even has experience with it.
Yeah,
yet.
that's true. That's true. So we're all just kind of speculating. But those steels get a lot of love. They don't get much criticism, and for good reason. They're awesome steels. But there's a whole other group of steels that are kind of more specialized. Some people love them, some people hate them. There's reasons for both. But what is a steel that people, not everyone, but what's a steel that people dog on that you personally really enjoy?
For me, and I talk about it all the time, CPM 154.
Yeah.
People hate it. At one point, it was kind of the standard. I mean, even up until just a couple years ago with Benchmade. But for me, I love it. For what I'm doing with my knives, the edge retention works.
Yeah.
And it's super easy to sharpen. So.
Yeah, and that's like, you are a sharpener. Like, you are excellent at doing it in different ways, so that might not be as big of a deal for you to have to resharpen. And do you enjoy sharpening?
Depends on the day.
Okay. So it's like because some people, that's like an aspect of the hobby that they look forward to. Like they like that time spent with the knife. It's like relaxing to them. So some people like it.
Final product, but I don't like the process getting there, especially
Okay.
if you're doing it in a time-consuming way.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't normally have an hour to sit down and just listen to a stone.
Yeah, you listen to the KME ripping across. No, for sure. But and we'll talk about this later. But
I just stick my knives into the grind.
yeah, just
Full on.
just a little 90 degree on there. It'll be fine. But there's all these awesome steels floating around, and there's sharpening hobbyists, and they might not be able to sharpen their knives as often as they want because they're rocking S110V
Right.
and K390 and all this awesome steel that they don't need to sharpen that often. So they might be maybe sharpening before the knives are dull.
Yeah.
Anyway, Riley, what's a steel that people hate on that you love?
I was leaning more towards Maximate.
Okay.
I know Spyderco's had a lot of issues with them warping and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know how brittle it is, but I think it's pretty brittle.
It's pretty
It's up
brittle.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty hard on
And
the
it's
rock
pretty
well.
corrosive too, so.
Yeah, that's true. It's a reactive
But
one.
the edge that you get from it is pretty insane. And then the corrosion looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
patina.
I agree. And those warped Spyderco Maximate blades, those don't make it out to us.
No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
first
though, because
batch did.
Yeah, that's fair.
Before they pulled it and kind of went back, but.
And now they get caught by seconds. So if you ever see a second Maximate Pair 3 out there or PM2, whatever, just be wary because that's always an issue you got to run into. But what do you like about it?
The edge retention.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Sharp.
it's insane. Like people talk about S110V and K390 for edge retention, and M4 obviously, but Maximate is right up there with those guys.
It also has a cool name.
It is an awesome name.
is a
You know,
cool
a cool name on a steel can kind of take it from a 9 to a 10.
Oh yeah, big
You
time.
know, if the edge retention,
CR118 MOV.
terrible name. Just give it
Yep.
a cool name. Just call it like freaking H&K MP5, and I'd be like, oh, that's an awesome steel. That sounds so cool. All right, for me, and this is one that is kind of old school because, you know, even Spyderco's moving away from it in their Salt series, but H1. I know kind of on the edge retention scale, it's a 1, and I probably wouldn't rock it in a plain edge knife, but I did purchase a Pacific Salt in that steel a little while back, and of course, it was for my girl, but I used it all the time. She's a scuba diver, so I was like, oh, you know, that's an excuse to buy another knife. So I bought it, we took it to the Virgin Islands with us. She only dove a couple times, but I carried it the rest of the week and just did a bunch of stupid crap with it. And actually in the serrated format that it is there, it held up really, really well. Like I'm talking about, like we were chopping down sugarcane with it, we were opening up coconuts with it, like it was doing cool stuff. And it actually ended up being totally fine and not a spot on it.
Coconut with it?
Yeah, you know, like drilling into it so you could pour it out.
That had to have taken quite a while.
Yeah, it did. Oh, it did. Well, you know, if you have a couple painkillers, a couple tropical drinks before you get into that, that can be a fun thing to do. So yeah, yes, yeah, that was a good way to go about it. But guys, down below, let us know what's a steel that you really, really like, but the community kind of, you know, generally dogs on. Because I know you guys got some good ones down below. Everett and I both agree on XHP. That's one that people dog on a lot, but we love. I love that steel. So let us know down below, guys. Okay, guys. So in the past, we've talked about different collaborations we'd like to see within the knife community. Today, you know, we get a lot of comments down below, especially when we talk about watches on the show, that people are generally kind of interested in watches. It's a little bit of a crossover between different gear guys in the same community. So what is a watch company that you guys would like to see collaborate with a knife company?
How about
I
you?
could start.
Yeah.
Off camera, we kind of talked about Rolex.
Oh yeah.
Collabing with Chris Reeve. That would be insane.
That would be
Or like
wild.
a Shiro Rolex collab.
Wait, that actually makes a lot of sense.
It makes so much sense.
Well, I could see like the handle scales have engravings of like a bunch of gears and stuff of the.
Yeah, that
what's
would be
inside the
sweet.
watch.
That would be really cool.
So it'd probably be somewhere right around there. Local customer, very dear to us. Would also probably love a Chris Reeve Rolex collab.
Yes, you would actually. That's a good point. All right, Riley, what are you thinking?
I'd like to see G-Shock and Benchmade, kind of like the super hard use, very popular to a certain level.
Yeah.
And I just think they would be perfect.
What model would you recommend?
I don't know yet.
Hard use. You thinking folder?
Yeah, big time.
See, in my mind, when I think that, I'm thinking like the M4 bailout with like different handles on
cool.
it. Like the aluminum's super strong and cool, but like some rubberized, this, that, and the other, because you know G-Shock's got the rubber bands and the rubber housing around the actual movement or the actual watch itself. That would be super sweet. For me, I am kind of thinking I'm going to go off the beaten path with the watch company. It's a German watch company called Sinn, S-I-N-N. They make really, really cool tool watches that are, you know, they're getting more expensive every year. So they used to be kind of like you could use them as tools. Now they're like almost luxury pieces. But the spirit is still kind of German tool watch. So I think that in collaboration with something like Hinderer, where it's just like beefy and strong and a tool, but they're both high-end and bordering on luxury. That's kind of why I know Germany, the US, you know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But the thing that I think would be really cool to see on Hinderers would be the tegimented steel that they do on Zinns. It's like a crazy process that they do to the steel that makes it almost like scratch proof.
Whoa.
They do it on the bracelets too, because you know, like the bracelets get super scratched up from hit on the counter all the time. But I think that would be super, super badass. That would look amazing on a blade. It almost kind of looks like a bead blasted finish. So it's kind of subdued and boring looking, but it would just not scratch. So I think that would be really, really cool. What is your dream collab when it comes to a watch company and a knife company? Let us know in the comments down below.
We've all learned a lot with our time in the knife community, and we all started at the beginning. When you're at the beginning, what are some misconceptions you've had looking forward?
Okay. I mean, going back in time, knife YouTube used to be very different. there weren't so many videos about Kershaw's, and I mean QSP didn't exist back then, but there weren't that many videos about budget-friendly knives. So when you saw a video where someone was really raving about a knife, it was probably a Chris Reeve, it was probably a Hinderer, a Shiro, a Norseman, whatever. So I think that has kind of painted my perception. It's taken a long time to break this perception, or this misconception I should say, that you need to spend a lot of money to get a strong quality knife. So that's obviously not the case. There's $30 knives, there's $50, $100 knives that you can get that you can absolutely wail on. They're made out of great materials. We mention them all the time. QSP, awesome stuff. Civivi, you can get an absolute steal from their models.
Yeah, it really wasn't until the introduction of Civivi where I really started kind of breaking that down myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, and I've talked about it more than once on here, was just FRN.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Take that one.
Aha!
I've talked about it so many times where the first knife that I held at River's Edge was a lightweight Mannix, and I handed it back because it felt cheap.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know. I just thought it was plastic, and I didn't want a plastic knife. So I ended up buying the Kershaw Knockout because it was aluminum, and it felt quality. But it was a cheaper overall knife.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same exact thing. I always used to look at FRN as plastic.
Yeah.
Going forward to where I am now, I love it. It's my favorite handle material.
Yeah, there's people shouting you out on Instagram talking about you're not the only one that likes FRN.
Yeah, I don't. You probably don't see it.
Get
A lot
tagged
of people give you love when they post their FRN pieces.
We actually had a guy come in the other day and buy a lightweight Mannix because of you.
Wow.
He said, Riley talks about it, I have to try it.
Hey, it's one of the best out there. Gotta say it.
Yeah, that's become your calling card. And Micarta in general is our calling card, but FRN is yours.
Not today, though.
Not today.
Are we going to do a pocket dump?
Right into the pocket dump. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, my knife's
Call
here.
them out. I said 3, 2, 1. Not 10.
We can't show them all at the same time.
Yeah, come on, man. What are you talking about?
All right, first off, new purchase. This is my first high-end knife. Show it right here. It is a Spartan. Pretty cool. This is the Spartan Babe has the Babe on the side. Skull's on the other side. I really dig it. One complaint, this pocket clip is so strong.
Oh yeah. I could just tell from,
It's
oh my
insane.
gosh, that is
tight.
strong. The only time I've ever seen a pocket clip stronger than this was, do you guys remember that one Crooked River that came in that just had a pocket clip that you like literally couldn't put a piece of paper underneath? That was crazy.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, this is close.
Other than that, though, that knife is perfect.
Oh, this smoothed out a lot.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Been
Have
using it.
you put any oil on it?
They break in super
Yeah,
fast.
quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit. No, I was like, this is
Has
really
half
nice
a
and
bottle of
smooth.
KPL in it at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
You just dipped it in it. That is sweet, man.
What else?
That's all. Got my AirPods.
Nice. Evan?
I am rocking a Frankenstein knife again today. Cutlery Shop, Shaman, CTS XHP blade. Liners and pocket clip are all from that knife. And then generous customer donated a set of Blade HQ Natural G10/Jade scales for it. And I just love the way that black DLC and jade look together, so that's what I'm rocking today. And a watch. I got the Tudor on the old school James Bond NATO strap. How about you?
Rocking the Hinderer. That is the Spear Point.
Yeah.
Purple scale, battle black, alongside my Hunter handmade purple and black fixed blade.
It's almost like they match.
They actually match really well.
And the old Pilot E95.
Yeah, the pilot comes out of retirement once again. Here she is. Cool.
I'm holding it.
Ah!
Got it.
Okay. Whew, thank God.
that has to stay in.
Yeah, that was like 30 seconds of him going,
Is he crying over the E95 coming out of retirement?
Oh, by the way, this passed the spinal whack test.
oh, that's great. Why would you do that?
I was chopping wood and it was there.
Fantastic. I'm sure that'll be
Nothing happened.
I'm sure that'll be useful for you to have that capability with that
It
knife.
has a warranty issue, and Spartan's like, you remember that one video?
That would be freaking awesome. They just pull up a link and send it to you with a timestamp. Like, damn, you guys are like really, really thorough. You know, we've forgotten to do a pocket dump for the last like freaking 12 videos. So I am curious to see what you guys are carrying. I missed that. It's actually a way that we find new brands to carry at River's Edge. So just like what you guys are actually enjoying and what get pocket time from you, and not just what we see on Instagram, you know?
Say pocket time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Give me some pocket time.
Yeah, pocket time, you know? Like this knife has gotten the most pocket time out of your whole collection, you know, since you got it.
Yeah, since I got it, it's all I carried.
It has supplanted the orange S90V Manix 2 lightweight. Are you freaking kidding me?
At the moment.
Oh my gosh.
See, I have a hard time when I first get a new knife just carrying one, because it's like I feel like I'm cheating on the previous one I was carrying all the time. So it's like when I first got when my wife first bought me the Hinderer, the Rockstead kind of took back pocket.
Yeah.
And I did that for like a week, and now I'm just on the Hinderer.
That's a lot of.
Oh, you have like an overlap period. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, but does the lightweight Manix 2 have a half naked Spartan babe on it?
Driven well. Drawn by the Wiedemann.
Oh, yeah.
I know, isn't that so sweet?
Met him in the shop 5 minutes after I figured out who designed that.
Did you have it in your pocket?
I did.
That's cool.
It was the first time the Wiedemann actually saw one.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like, is there only one of these? I was like, no, have you not seen it? He's like, no, he hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, that's sweet. That's super sweet. Shout out Andrew Wiedemann, you're awesome, dude.
In the past, we've talked about many different action movie protagonists and what they've been carrying. How about Captain America in the superhero world?
That's my answer right there.
The Spartan?
Spartan babe.
I mean,
I kind of dig that answer.
Neat, and it's pretty nice, but I don't think he'd be carrying a Spartan.
What do you think?
I think he'd have the ProTech. I don't know what model, but one with the American flag on the side.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
See that.
I think that was a TR2.
I feel like they've done it in a couple.
I'm sure they have.
ones.
I'm just the one that I have seen most recently at the store.
He'd definitely have that on the side. Be cool.
So when I'm thinking of American knives, and you guys don't jump down my throat on this one. I think of the Benchmade 940, just green aluminum. I want to say green G10. Green aluminum with the purple backspacer. To me, that is just like the most American, just like everyman knife out there. So I just think that would be the kind of thing that he would be ripping around. He's not stabbing anyone.
Oh no.
You know?
He is a superhero.
Yeah, he's got his shield. He's got better tools for fighting off supervillains with. So I think what he's doing most of the time is just kind of opening up packages.
Yep.
You know, opening up whatever. I don't know. Does Captain America eat? Do superheroes eat?
I don't know.
Well, he's just an improved human being. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he's eating. He's probably eating a lot actually. He's looking pretty yoked in the new movies, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the Benchmade 940, the OG. Guys, what would Captain America be carrying if he even has space in his skin-tight spandex suit?
Maybe he'd be carrying a God and Country.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably more
Probably
like
not
it.
a Spartan babe.
That's probably more like it. And he'd probably get it anodized in like blue and red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If that's even possible.
No, not the red.
Red's not possible?
Cerakote, we got it.
Oh yeah, we'll just Cerakote it. Yeah, it'd be fine. So, Steve Rogers, if you're watching this, hit us up. We'll Cerakote your Spartan knife for you. All right, guys, it's that time again. It's time to pick our $50 winner. This is coming off of comments for the Don't Buy a Microtech off of wish.com video. Always good advice. If you haven't watched the video, you don't need to. Don't buy that knife.
Or don't buy anything.
Yeah, maybe watch it.
Don't buy anything off of Wish.
Yeah, probably just don't buy anything off of wish.com, but definitely don't buy a cheap Chinese Microtech knockoff. When we are, Jade Schaefer, you are the winner of our $50
What'd he say?
store credit. He said Happy Thanksgiving.
There we go, perfect.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. We'll get the $50 applied to your riversedgecutlery.com account. Alrighty, gentlemen. Anything else you guys need to talk about? What do you
Get
think?
a free Boker hat with any Boker purchase right now.
Yeah,
Is
what
it
about
over a
Tor?
$100 amount?
Nah. Any Boker.
Also, free Tor hat with any $200 plus purchase.
Is that in store on the website too?
That's on the website.
I think it's any
Yeah.
Tor purchase.
There you go.
Yeah. And we just got some new fixed blades in from them.
Yep.
Field 2.0 and maybe the Onyx. I can't remember all the names. But we got a bunch more Tor stuff. So, if you're interested in that, also makes a great gift.
Oh yeah.
If you have someone in your life that's kind of a badass, Tor knife is always a good option.
And we just did a big Boca restock, so
Yeah, that's
there might
true.
be some models on there you haven't seen on our website.
Yeah, some brand new Quakens, some cool stuff like that. Well, thank you so much for watching the Rec Report, episode 17.
I believe so.
All right, if it's not, then we'll have a little thing that keeps flashing up every time we say episode 17. Or, you know, we might just wait a week to post this. We don't know.
Oh, it's definitely not 16. 16 was the last one I remember.
All right. So there's a 90% chance we're wrong.
There might be two 17s.
But you know, no, we never said we were professionals. So we appreciate all your support on these videos, guys. Answer the questions down below, and you know, we'll get back to you guys.
Catch you next Friday.
Catch you next Friday. See you guys.